Hello, I'm really compelled to make a video. Today is the march against Monsanto, and as I was looking into it, there was supposed to be a march here in Venice Beach, but there wasn't a coordinator for it, so I don't know if there's not a march going on in Venice or not, but I still want to talk about Monsanto because it's very, very important, and we need to awaken and realize what's going on with our food corporations as well as all the other corporations, but especially Monsanto right now, and to bring awareness of what is really going on, because our food is being taken over, and it's all about the money. Monsanto is genetically modified food. And what happens is they clone seeds, they use these toxic pesticides, which the cloned seeds do not die from because they're not actually the real seed, but these are the same chemicals that they used in the Hiroshima bombing, Agent Orange. The chemicals that they're using in our food right now are very toxic to our bodies, and it all ties into the pharmaceutical companies because they're making this food which is profitable for them, because the big corporations and the people who are investing in Monsanto, because majority of the majority of the things that are in the grocery store are genetically modified as of now, and since we don't have a labeling, we don't even know what is genetically modified and what's not, and they've made it cheaper for you to get genetically modified things, when in actuality it doesn't really need to be that way. We can put more money into the local farmers, organic, and if we really truly knew what we were eating, we would be a lot more healthy. We wouldn't have to, we wouldn't be having these strange happenings within our bodies because we're eating things that we don't even know what they are. Different chemicals creating cancer and, different diseases that are harming us. And then we go to the pharmaceutical company, which is all tied in with the genetically modified, the Monsanto and everything, because, you get sick, you go get pharmaceuticals, and in actuality, that just covers it up, and it's not making it better. What makes it better is real food, organic food that grows from our earth without these extra chemicals that they're putting into them for profit. It's just profit. And, if you go back in ancient times, they didn't have these this genetically modified food, which is like a new thing. Of course, some of these things taste wonderful and are addictive to our taste buds, but are they really good for our bodies? Absolutely not. And this is what the big fight is about, because we've been accustomed to growing up with a lot of these genetically modified organism, food, that our taste buds have become accustomed to them and like them. But on the other hand, it's not healthy for us. People are getting sick. They're becoming addicted to these chemicals that are just totally blinding us to what is actually going on. Monsanto is a huge corporation that is making money off of their lies. You don't know what's in your food, and they want us to, be blindsided by the reality of what they're trying to do. I saw a really great quote. Says here, "Seed is the source of life and the first link in the food chain. Control over seed means control over our lives, our food, and our freedom." And this is really important because we need to know what is in our food, and we need to have the label, if it is a genetically modified organism, a cloned seed, which they've you know, it's not real. It's not an actual, it's not real food. And the chemicals are not good for our bodies. And we need to awaken and realize that, you know, you are what you eat. And if you continue eating this shit, your body is going to feel like shit. When you have a healthy, like, organic diet, your body is transformed because you're eating at one with nature, not eating these man-made chemicals that they're trying to put into our bodies in order to blind us from reality. So I really want people to be awakened and to realize that we could feed the world without Monsanto if we all just came together and supported local farmers and didn't pay into all of these corporations. To name a few, I will: Kraft, Aunt Jemima, Nestle, Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay, you know, all of the things that we've been growing up with, these corporations, all money-based, they don't care about our bodies. It's just to sell. It's just to make money for them, which then entices making us sick because of the food that we're eating is not good. We're not meant to eat that food. We're meant to eat food from the earth. And we're getting sick. And like I was talking about earlier, the cycling of the pharmaceutical companies. But in all actuality, you know, there's ancient Ayurvedic medicine where you can take organic herbs and food, and these sicknesses that you have can be reversed through organic, natural remedies instead of, you know, eating fucked up food, getting sick, and then thinking that go to the pharmaceutical company and, you know, like, yeah, quick fix, but at the same time, if you're not eating healthy, if you're not aware of what you're putting into your mouth and ingesting into your body, these things create disease and illness and sickness. And we need to awaken, and we need to realize that we need to be at one with this earth, and we need to come together and march against Monsanto, because Monsanto is the devil in food form. And I hope that me making this video and talking about this, that we can all awaken together and realize and help one another and create a new paradigm where we're not being deceived by all of these lies that they've been telling us for all of this time. And, you know, this the government is shut down, you know, and whether or not we think, I mean, it may be a horrible thing or a beautiful thing, we need to take this as a blessing to all unite with one another and come together and create a world where we have an abundance of food that we could share with the world, that everyone could eat and have their bellies full. But we need to realize this, how the corporations have created this separation between all of us, and that we need to come together and be aware and open to how to create a new beginning, that we're good to our bodies, good to our health, and we're not blinded by all of the poisons that they're putting into our food that we're not even aware of because we're not labeling our food. So many other countries, it's, you know, mandatory that the food is labeled, that you know what you're eating. And right now, we don't really know what we're eating, what extra shit that they're putting in our food, and that's why we're so sick. That's why the rise in the pharmaceuticals are increasing, because the media and what they've been instilling in our head for so long is making us think that this is the reality. But this is not the reality. We need to wake up, and we need to realize that everything that's on TV and all of this bullshit is not the reality. And we need to come back with the earth and back with one another and sharing your knowledge and eating healthy, being good to your heart, being good to your soul, being good to your body, being good to one another, and constantly awakening and realizing how all of these things are separating us. And fluoride, very important thing. They put fluoride in our toothpaste. They put fluoride in our water. They put fluoride in the beer. Fluoride in so many things that you wouldn't even imagine that they're doing. And what the fluoride does is, I can't really say it in like perfect detail, but it really, it blocks your third eye and your, like, it makes you a sheep, and it makes you not be awakened to the things that really matter. And we need to all wake up and meditate and come together and be at one in union and make a difference in this world. March on Monsanto, because this is my way to march on Monsanto, since I don't know where the march is going on around here. But either way, let's be awakened. Let's realize what's going on. Let's do our research on food, and let's make a difference. We can't have these corporations control us by this seed and harm our bodies and harm our minds and spirits, because they're just thinking about the money and not about us as a whole, as humanity. It's gone corrupt, and the reason that the government is shutting down is because we all need to awaken and realize how corrupt it really is, and come together and change things. Be the change that you wish to see. And what you learn, the things that you learn, do that and become that. It's all a matter of awakening the awareness to everybody. And I don't know, I don't want to contribute to companies that are putting chemicals in my food that are altering how I'm supposed to be. So I hope that this is informative, and please share it if you feel obliged to, and do your research, and let's create something new. Let's get out of this entrapment that they've created for us, and realize that we have an abundance of everything that we need, and we need to come together and use our resources correctly and change the world. Peace and love to all. Hare Krishna, Namaste. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.